Everybody, Gingershadow here, and welcome to something a bit different. You'll see, recently I started a series on RWBY, and I added Epic Fight into it, which I thought would be really cool, because then we can use the weapons with the Epic Fight combos and stuff, and yeah, it looked pretty awesome. But doing that, also got a few people asking, how do you get Epic Fight working with RWBY, or does Epic Fight work with RWBY? And it's like, yes and no. The 1.12.2 version of RWBY it had compatibility built into it for the 1.12.2 version of Epic Fight. RWBY then recently updated the 1.20.1, so I threw the Epic Fight for 1.20.1 in with it, and yeah, it doesn't really work together by default. Like certain mods like Demon Slayer, they'll just work with Epic Fight on the spot. That said though, you can set things to work, which is what I'm going to show. Also, outfits might freak out a little bit, but don't worry about that. Alright, so here we have RWBY's Crescent Rose. Right now, if I have to try and attack with it, it'll do what is basically the default punch combo. That's whenever you're playing Epic Fight, you know, you get the default punch combo when it doesn't register as a weapon in your hand. So if we were to grab a sword right now, instead we'll do a sword combo, but it can't do that because it doesn't know that RWBY's a weapon. We can set it so that it believes RWBY's Crescent Rose is a weapon. So I know it took me a while to figure out how all this stuff worked, and things had to look up various bits on how it all worked, but I kind of understand how I can set it so the weapon has a basic combination. Custom stuff, a bit beyond me, but just for people asking how do you get the stuff working and things, there will be a bit on my Discord for like a data pack for the way I've set it up, but if you want to try and set it up yourself, you go to here, into your menu, you go into mods, go from A to Z, because it makes it easier, because then you can find Epic Fight. Then we're going to go into the Epic Fight config. We're then going to go into the data pack editor here. And here's where you can pretty much set, well, you basically make your own data pack at this point. Using the Epic Fight mod and whatever weapons and stuff you want to tie in. So this screen here, weapon type, this is pretty much to make your own custom weapon like style of fighting. I'm not very good at this. I tried to do this for rapier type weapons, like the Weiss's weapon and things, so that it had like a more stabby motion rather than a swingy motion. It didn't work too well, because now all they do is like stab really fast, and that wasn't my actual intent. So yeah, ignoring this part for now, because this is doing custom stuff, and I can't explain it very good. Item capability, this part I do know, because oh my god, I had to do this for every single weapon individually. And yeah, that's kind of the big thing for this, is if you want every weapon in RWBY to have its own custom thing, you're gonna have to do it individually, one by one, which it takes a bit, but it's pretty cool once it's done. Anyway, what we want to do is click a new bit here, and we want to find the weapon. How do you find your weapon that you want? Well, Crescent Rose here, at the second bottom line, there is, at the very bottom, NBT true tags. Bit above that, RWBY M Crescent. That's what the weapons tag does. The top bar here, if I start looking for Crescent, it'll come up, RWBY M Crescent. Very good. So we click OK on that. And now everything I do from here will be affecting RWBY Rose's Crescent, or RWBY M Crescent. So at this point, we can now go to the weapon type. It is a weapon, or item type, sorry. From there, there's attributes. I don't really bother with this. As far as I know, you don't need to do this part. Like, essentially, it's just, do you want extra effects and things, bits on your thing? So, for example, you set it to be a two-handed weapon style, or when the weapon is being used, two-handed style. You can then choose for it to get a damage bonus and stuff, and yeah, but you don't really need to do this part though. The main two things are the weapon type and the collider. So in here you can go question, or the search mark, and you can decide what type of weapon you want the RWBY's Crescent Rose to be tied to. And this is all the default ones. If you make your custom one, it'll be in this list as well. So whatever you name it, it'll be like in this pile. But just for setting up default ones, let's say we want RWBY's weapon to work like a greatsword, because it's a big weapon. Sure. Then there's the collider. This is for how it's going to hit. So for that, we're going to, yeah, well, actually, greatswords, right? I was about to search up greatsword. Yeah, if we just click greatsword here, okay, very good. If we scroll down to the bottom now it'll actually show us a little display of, if we're using Crescent Rose, this is what it'll look like. The collider shows the hitbox for it. Obviously, like, if you were to take, like, say, a dagger collider and have a big weapon attack, it would do the big weapon attacks, but it would need you to be really, really close. And flip side's true, too. If you decide to do dagger weapons and made the colliders bigger, then it'll have a bigger hitbox. There's also technically extra bits here, like setting, like, color trails and stuff. Again, I'm not very good at that stuff. But, yeah, if you mess around with this and can get a color trail working, great. I'm just showing how to basically set a weapon to a thing. Also, as mob capability, I don't touch that screen. Everything I care about is this bit in here, and this is the bit I spent a lot of time in, because I have to do it for every individual weapon. So, for example, yeah, there's RWBY's weapon done. Let's say we also want to get Ember Celica. aka Gang's weapon. Well, if we look up Ember, because her weapon is called RWBY Ember, cool, we can go weapon type, we can go this, and it's a pair of knuckles and things, so naturally we want it to be a fist still. Does that technically change anything? Not really. It would have just used the fist still if they were on fist anyway, but now it shows, yeah, cool, you're using Ambasalica, there you are, it looks like this. From here, what's left is you need to export it. So you click export, from here it'll say enter your pack titles, this is whatever it's going to be called, so we'll call RWBY Test Pack, cool. From here, it should just pop this up automatically for you, because it just did it for me. From here, it'll take you to your resource packs folder. And that's where it'll sit in. In there, it's not doing anything, it's just in there. Technically, right now, we're done with that page. We can move out. Right now, though, the scythe still isn't working like we want it to. That's because in the resource pack folder, your data pack's not doing nothing. It needs to go in the data pack folder. So from there, grab whatever you called it from the resource pack folder, go to your save worlds folder, and plop it in the one called data pack. Also for this, you're going to want to quit out the game / the world. You don't have to close down Minecraft, you just have to quit out of it to like the home screen. But yeah, so once you have the folder moved into the data pack folder, you can reload back into the world, and it should automatically just do the thing that you want. So now if you're holding the weapon in question, it should act like you're holding big weapons. So in this case, we made Crescent Rose a big greatsword. So now it does all the sound effects and stuff, and Ruby's scythe works like a big greatsword. Which also means if we hold on for a big super attack, we can do that too. And if we were to grab Ambasalica, which is you could totally dual wield that, and do this. Well, it would have done fist combos anyway. Also, you might notice it's very slow. I don't know how to do anything about that. I tried looking for stuff. There's not really a config or anything to do that. Or maybe there is somewhere. I just don't know enough about it. A solution I found, though, was using the actual RWBY mod and Epic Fight stuff itself. On the Epic Fight side, there is Epic Fight skill books, and there's ones like, say, Swordmaster here, where if you click it, it gives you extra bullets. Gain 30% additional attack speed. So by turning that on, making it a passive, that was loud. It'll make your attack slightly quicker. Okay. Other one is if you use the RWBY stuff, you can use the Lightning Dust Crystal and pop that in your off arm. That has a much bigger effect. It does lower your max HP then, but it does make you much quicker. And yeah, it's just a little small thing to show how to set the epic face of RWBY. Technically, you can do this with any modded, well, as long as the mod's compatible and doesn't crash, but if you have a mod that adds modded weapons, technically there's nothing stopping you from taking, like, just find the tag at the very bottom there, search for it in the epic fight screen like I showed before, and set it to a weapon you want, and in theory it should work. Then once you're done, make data pack. It'll be in the resource pack folder, move it to the data pack folder in your save world, and yeah, bish bash bosh, you should be working. Anyway, that's all for this little video. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Leave a like if you did. Put links down below for RWBY and Epic Fight and whatnot. And yeah, again, just some people asked if I could like tell them / show them how this stuff works. I just thought I don't know the mod super well, but this is what I've got, so I'll show you the basics that I know. And there you go. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you next time for whatever Minecraft thing I end up doing next. Goodbye, people. Also, just want to say a quick thank you to all of the channel members for the extra support, and a special thank you and shout out to our elite members, the Jonin members ULQ Vami, Franklin Katsuni, Ian Kursan, Flash Brody, Ritter Wolf, Dominic, Flair, Skipalop, Inryui, SM Nightmare, Dexter Studio, Cloud Eon, J-Rob, Dablan Q, Hasaki Wolf, Dragon Tamer, Sin of Sloth, Wackiest Jumper, Marv Blaze, Flaky Island, JC Trepet, Terror Wolf, and Wonder are ANBU members MonsterQ, AdenIsGone, Colton Woods, You Love Dawn, and our Sannin members Dumpster Dan and Red Warfare. Thank you all very much for the extra awesome support.